everybody. It is Gwendolyn for your Alberta astro forecast for that Saturn conjunction that the collective will be feeling. Now it's a large conjunction. I'll give you that. And remember, this is a whole house astro video. I use the whole house system. All right, so this is happening in our fourth house. It's moving into our fifth house. Fourth house, a family. Yeah. All right, 18 degrees Aquarius, and it is also conjuncting to our South Node. South Node is usually like our Achilles heel, like, past life karma. What lessons do we need to learn? Good one, for example, for this Saturn, a good example would be like focusing all of our energy on oil and gas, and now we're opening up to technology. Very good, very good. This is good. Oil and gas is still very important to Alberta government. It's driven our economy for a really long time. And we've been stuck in a kind of a rut of staying there. And I'm so glad that now we're going to, at least from the budget, Alberta's budget, which I'm going to talk about here, is a good move because we're opening up to technology. Oh, even quantum physics. Ooh, exciting. I'm so excited. Couldn't believe it when I read that. Wow, right? Good moves. Okay. The Sabian symbol is a forest fire, which has been finally quenched. Quenching those flames that have been popping up. Way to go, Kenny and government. I think a lot of this had to do from that trucker rally, although I did see the Freedom March still down there yesterday, and I am, I just couldn't help but think about our friends in Russia and the Ukraine and marching for them and their freedoms, right? So let's keep them in mind, our heart and intentions for democracy worldwide. Democracy for worldwide. Okay? Just a segue. All right. Also, there was quenching some of those fires included like a noise bylaw about, it went to court. Somebody made a law saying, hey, you can't be honking your horns like that. We know that the COVID restrictions are being lifted and have been being lifted for the last few weeks. And also the budget addressed some of these fires, like healthcare. It wasn't that long ago that Kenny was cutting all the nurses. He was cutting their salaries. I think he really got his butt smacked on that one. He had to fight back for his control. His leadership has been questioned numerous of times over this pandemic. And really since he's gone into office. It's nice to have a plan. I'm still going through that plan, but I can tell you some things of the propaganda. All right, so I always write things down because, But for example, Alberta's work initiative, and how lucky Albertans are because we have a low cost of living. Really? We do? Like, my idea of a low cost of living and Alberta government's idea of a low cost of living are two different things. Also, affordable housing. We're very fortunate because we have affordable housing in Alberta. Wow. That's good to know. I don't know, takes 2 or 3 people just to pay rent nowadays, and utilities and gas and electricity. I think the walk-in price for most just bottom basement level is about $1,500 a month, Kenny, which is half of a person's salary, if you're probably more if you're only making minimum wage. I don't know how that's affordable. But anyway, higher earnings, again, really, with our minimum wages, $35,000 a year. It's getting really difficult. Lower taxes. Well, with inflation and just the cost of goods, I don't know if that really makes up for it. Anyway, just my little rant there. But the budget did address some other issues. Because he had to fight back for control to minimize the destruction of his career. And these efforts for right now will be successful. In the long term, I don't know. All right. Now, for the collective in Alberta. You know, we're coming out of life-threatening experiences. You know, COVID is life-threatening. I think most of us have gone out and we've got our shots, we've been wearing our masks, we've been doing all the things that have been required of us. And it seems maybe like just after a fifth wave where, you know, we had the highest numbers, and people are still left, right, and center of me anyway. Seems like a lot of people are still getting COVID. It feels almost like a slap in the face, you know, that next week mask restrictions are being lifted, and they've already been lifted for children. You know, and maybe there's some exuberant feelings, but there's also a lot of stress because it's created confusion of what we're seeing. Man, I'm seeing that this is still a real issue, and yet our government is telling me that, oh no, everything's okay now and you're safe. Really? Am I? You know, so this is creating, it will create it comes out physically when these things occur, in our vision. Also in your ears, all right? So any ear popping, tinnitus, these kinds of things, because what you're hearing and seeing is not congruent, all right? So dry eyes, watery eyes, just your vision. You know, might never have had a vision problem before, and all of a sudden, hey, I'm having trouble seeing, right? So, yeah, getting those things checked out. I know I need new glasses. I did get my vision checked recently, but my glasses keep falling off my face. I'm getting new glasses. You'll see. Very close future here. Anyway, so what it also causes, it causes us to run out of fuel energetically, because how are we prepared? How are we preparing, right, for these big changes? It creates stress, lots of stress. And there's a big alignment also today in my next video, which I'm going to talk about. Okay, it is relief after a long battle. You know, it's kind of like, oh, I'm going to give up to give in. That's kind of what has happened, you know, like, okay, we're going to give in to these people. We're going to give up all these measures. You know, safety first. It's like kind of like the smoke, you know, like the fire might have been put out, but the smoke is still lingering in the air, and we need to deal with that smoke. And it helps with our breathing and our lungs and our air. So I feel and think that the collective over the last 2 weeks has probably really been picking up on having COVID, feeling really run down, feeling overwhelmed, and that a lot of that has to do with fear. So we need to breathe. We need to open our chests and breathe. And just having a mantra, I am safe, I'm okay, I am healthy, I am well. And then counting our gratitude, being grateful for what we have and where we are, all right? Because it is kind of a mania. It creates this anxiety, right? So like heart palpitations and breathing and just fear, you know. The story, the chapter has changed and really has it. So walking forward, knowing you're safe, keep yourself safe, be comfortable with you. If you still want to wear masks, do it. Keep yourself safe and comfortable. All right? And breathe, my friends, and breathe. All right, my next video, I'm going to talk more about a big change. Like I know like this Saturn conjunctions are huge changes. They're life-changing. They are life-changing. I'm going through my Saturn conjunction as well. So life-changing. There's just a lot of life changes. So that's the first forecast that I will talk about for Alberta's Saturn return. Also knowing that the United States is going through a return as well. And the world is changing, as we know. All right, more about that in my next video. Stay tuned for 2 videos today on Sunday. Lucky you guys. Have a lovely day. Blessings.